Hi friends, welcome back to the garden. It is middle of May, so where I live, May 15th is the date where you can put things out. However, this morning it was 40 degrees. So these plants have been going in and out of the greenhouse the whole time because the weather has been really weird. It was like 80 degrees last Thursday, and then I had heated seats on in the car on Saturday morning. So it's too early for me to put any of this out, especially the basil, the peppers. The tomatoes might have been okay, but I haven't fully hardened them off, so they might have gotten shocked. You could see our winter sowing was a success. We've got our zinnias, we've got some linaria, we've got hollyhocks, cosmos. These are some cucumbers and melons that I traded elderberry plants for because I've had germination issues with my melons, cucumbers, peppers, all the things. So someone by me in my town was growing plants that looked really healthy, so I checked it out and I decided to barter American elderberry seedlings and Sambucus nigra European elderberry cuttings so that I could take the pressure off because my germination is not looking so hot for cucumbers and melons. I did start them in here. We have some growing. I don't know if you guys can see that. These are the shishito peppers that finally germinated after the third time, but they're not really growing. I've got one Armenian. I did have two. That one died because it got too hot. These are some melons, so hopefully those are okay. And you can see it's 90 degrees on the heat mats in the greenhouse. So I'm keeping them in there because I can control the temperatures a lot better. So what did I do today? I went food shopping this morning. I left the house at 8 o'clock. And because it's supposed to rain the next few days, and I usually go when it's raining because a lot of people aren't there, but I just didn't want to go in the rain again, so I decided to go today. I came home and I decided to fertilize the green stalks. You can see things are finally growing. The lettuce looks good. I haven't harvested off it. These are the green onions that I planted from green onions I had used. You can replant the bottoms and they will grow new plants. We've got peas that we had put in here in March. Cilantro finally coming up. Some of these things did not germinate, so I left these pockets empty to put either more strawberry plants, which I might do, and or the basil might go in here. But I'm not putting any tomatoes or peppers in here because I just don't have any luck with it. So you can see that there's clogs in the green stalks because we have had tons of pollen still. So this was blown off. The Blackstone is now assembled, which I'm excited about because our barbecue is on its last legs. We got that barbecue when we moved into this house, maybe a year after we moved into this house. So that's 14 years old. So he's replaced the parts in it a few times. It does not cook evenly. I'm the one that does all the grilling in the family. So I was like, I'd like a Blackstone. My parents got it for me for my birthday. That was in October. We're now in May. So it's assembled, but we haven't seasoned it yet or used it because the pollen and the wind has been incredible. And I don't want to season pollen into my Blackstone. So what else have I done today? I unpacked the dahlias that I had purchased from Costco and BJ's to make sure that they hadn't gone moldy in the basement. And actually all of the packets look good. So these are from Longfield Garden, which is, if I believe, I think is in Pennsylvania. So if you saw the video, we went to the dahlia show for my birthday. We hadn't been in a few years. They do it at the Arboretum, Bayard Cutting Arboretum. What town is that? Great River, Oakdale area. It's about 45 minutes to an hour from me. So I was like, I'm gonna grow some more dahlias this year. And then invariably when it's time to dig them up in the fall, I'm like, I don't want to dig them up. But you can see things are growing here. I'm actually trying to weed some of this, but I do have my last foraging class this weekend, so I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. But you can see that things have been eating in here, so either the groundhog or the bunnies. This wild lettuce has been eaten, fleabane has been eaten, strawberries have been eaten. Literally, like, something already ate the strawberry off of here. Oh no, maybe this one just for me. Maybe they didn't eat it yet. Because I'm like, how did they eat it? It's not even red. It's not even turning. So maybe I was wrong on that assumption. Bee's chilling out in the grass. She's taking it easy. It was hot for her, and she does not like the heat. She much prefers the cool weather. So, what else? I'm trying to think. The elderberries are finally filling back in. I did use some of my natural weed killer to spray some of these weeds that I don't need, that are hard to get to. So the areas that I can weed easily, I'll just pull them. But I'm hoping to spray some of these and then use like a hoe or something to scrape it back and be able to plant. That's the goal. But you can see I did not get all of the elderberries in the grass. So after I shoot this video, I'm going to try to dig these up. My friend said she'll take more. She's got 4 acres, so she's got plenty of space for it. Although the deer don't eat mine, and they're right against the fence, and the deer come right up to the fence. And she said the deer ate hers. And someone I spoke to yesterday said the deer ate theirs too. So I'm like, I guess they just like other things that I have. You can see the Rugosa rose is in bloom. It's actually early, but I'm not complaining because it's beautiful. So this plant used to be in a pot, and my goal was to put it over here to attract pollinators to the garden. So we'll see. I think this is its 2nd year in the ground here. And Rugosa rose will spread. It will send out runners. I'm okay with that. The person I share this property with is not, so we'll see how that goes. But you can see, look how big these strawberries are. So we're going to have to cover this so the birds don't get it, and nor the bunny, and nor the groundhog. I do have some cucuzi and some trombosino I planted in here. One of them was coming up over here. You can see this one here. Cross your fingers. Nothing gets it, including insects, because we have already had. So we have some radishes coming up, and it looks like morning glories, which I haven't had in a long time, but I don't know if there's seeds that look like that. My nasturtium has not come up yet. The thing is, the arugula is already bolting, and I only got 1 harvest off of it. So I've been pinching it back, but I'm kind of disappointed that it's already bolted, but it was already 80 degrees, even though it was only 1 day, and then it went down to 50. But it's enough to, let the plants know to go to seed. So you can see here the string beans germinated, which is great, but something's been eating all their leaves. So if they don't have leaves, they're going to die. We actually have a string bean here. I'm actually thinking maybe I'll move these. I'm not sure because the arugula is dying back, so who knows. But I forgot that I planted them this close. Oh, and I've got a nice infestation of ants around a dead worm. We'll have to take care of that. But these are radishes. We've got okras, which is exciting. 3 here. Some lettuce did come up over there. Not really great. But, I put the sunflowers in the ground. We've got other string beans here. I don't know what varieties they are because I just used whatever seeds I had extra laying around. The thing that's frustrating is the seeds from the companies that I'm spending, $7 on for 10 seeds are not germinating. The seeds from Dollar Tree that are 50 cents that I got, to see as an experiment, germinated all fine. So you tell me what that's about. We've got another okra here, which is exciting. And there's another one there. So we have 5. So the plan, I'm waiting for soil to come to fill in that bed. That bed is lower, so it's easier for the groundhog to get into. As I was sitting here thinking about what I was going to talk about on this video, what I was going to show you guys, I have some nettles that I need to pot up into a bigger container. I'm thinking I'm going to put the pots of nettles around the outside of the bed. The problem is, it's going to affect me and the dog just as much as the groundhog. The other thing that's interesting is I have a marshmallow that's plant growing here, which I did not put here. Another one here. And the original marshmallow plant is all the way over here. And you can see that the groundhog was in here and ate all of the plant. So hopefully it's going to come back. But it was right up in here eating whatever it wanted. We've got lovage, which I'm surprised it didn't eat that because that tastes like a different celery. We've got clary sage, some wild lettuce I pulled, some hardy geraniums. I don't remember what this is. And my tag is probably gone. I think this is skullcap. We've got a meadowsweet here. So I don't know when this happened because I didn't come out this far yesterday. And I'm not happy about that. So we have one nasturtium. I planted, these were the vines that get, 2 feet tall. So I put them on this side to grow with the tomatoes because I'm hoping that's going to deter critters. Asparagus wasn't so great this year. We had 3 spears out of 4 plants. So I'm not sure about that either. But I let the radishes go to seed over here because friends of mine say the radishes deter the squash vine borers. Last year I had vine borers and squash bugs. The Trumbasino and the Cucuzzi have a thicker stem along with the butternut too. So I got a good harvest from butternut squash. I still actually have butternut squash. But the Trumbasino and the Cucuzzi you can eat young like a zucchini. And so I would like that. The Cucuzzi you can kind of make a winter squash, but it gets hollow and it doesn't really give you a lot of food. So it's better to eat that one young. The Trumbasino, it gets the trumpet shape. That one you can cure like a butternut squash. So hopefully those germinate and nothing eats them. Fingers crossed. You could see I did spray the mixture over here. I was hoping, as much as I love mugwort, it's kind of gotten, even in my opinion, over crazy. So I was hoping it was going to kill the mugwort. So it's the vinegar, salt, soap. You could see here, the groundhog is eating all the phlox. So yeah, it didn't kill the mugwort. Someone has to pull that, much to my dismay. But you can see that everything here is really nice. I wanted to trellis this honeysuckle. I used to have it trained against the tree that was here, and then we had to take the tree down. So I would like to use the cattle panel that's been sitting in the grass for 4 years, and trellis this. These are the blueberry bushes I dug up from my mom's property that were eaten either by the groundhog or the bunny. We look like, we've got some berries, probably no berries off of this one, but you can see that this all needs to be taken care of. The issue is we've had lots of rain, as well as I'm teaching classes about foraging, and I don't want to pull things that ultimately I will need to use. So that's why I am keeping some of it. We've got a bleeding heart here, which is good because I actually lost the one on the other side. These are some peonies I tried to transplant last year, but this whole ground over here is tunneled, so you can't really mow it. And I was hoping he was going to weed whack it, and that didn't really happen. But you see the crepe myrtles coming back. Miss Kim's lilac is getting ready to open because we had no blooms on our other lilacs because he trimmed them so harshly. They bloom on old growth. You could see the irises are in bloom. The peonies are getting started. They need to be staked. I couldn't really get into there because there was piles. So I don't know if anyone who's watching this understands when you want to get things done and then there's 5 projects ahead of what you need to get done that needs to get done in order for you to do what you want to do. Yeah, that's my life all the time. 5 projects that I can't do that need to be done in order for me to do the one project. Yeah, so that's real life, right? I'll show you, we had the hummingbird this morning, which was exciting. These are some borage plants that I got from my friend for treating elderberries because I did not seed borage this year. So I was like, oh, that works. So what do we have? We've got some sorrel, some wild lettuce. We've got our nettles that have to be repotted. We've got some medicinals, another meadowsweet. We've got milkweed for the monarchs. We've got a tansy, a valerian, some bee balm. We've got some hummingbirds. This year is Monarch Magic. It looks like Ageratum, but it is not Ageratum. It's called Monarch Magic. And we already had a monarch on it almost a week ago. These are the new hummingbird additions this year. These are all annuals for my zone. This is the orange one, pink, purple, the red salvias. We've got another mallow plant, some kufia. Bleeding heart is still bleeding. Peonies. So this all needs to go into these pots with the dahlias and such. And in order to do that, they need soil. And that's not a me job. That's my husband's job. So it's an uphill battle. But that is your garden update for middle of May 2025. Until next time, friends.